Good evening. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Hope Shot. Caesar, I don't even know. Do you even like where you're at? Do you even have the clarity statement?
Do we?
Dude, I come
Do
from
we? Oh, he is prepared. I didn't know what kind of vacation you're on. If you're checked out from everything.
I still got my phone, brother. The Hope Shot clarity statement. We here at the Hope Shot are a group of people in recovery spreading inspiration. We come from all different walks of life and pathways of recovery. Our verbiage may be different at times, but we all have one thing in common. Recovery is a lifestyle. We support all pathways of recovery. It doesn't matter how you get from A to Z, just get there. And thank you for being a part of our Hope Shot family.
Thank you, Caesar. Thanks for being here on vacation. The vacation bunch. We got Nate and Caesar together.
You got Nate and Caesar on vacation.
Yeah.
It's like double bubble, baby.
We out here.
And we got Janelle on.
We got to just pray that the vacation Wi-Fi holds.
It's a little sketchy.
It's sketchy over here.
Praying to the vacation Wi-Fi gods.
Yes.
Let's see. If you guys are just jumping on, say what's up. Let us know you're here. Let's see. Also, would you share this live feed out? You never know who this might help tonight. Somebody might need to hear this message, and it just takes you to share it. So we appreciate y'all. Let's see. We got Allie in YouTube land. What's up, Allie? Good to see you. We got Beth on here. Love from DFW.
Dallas, Fort Worth.
Thank you. I'm constantly forgetting what that stands for.
I knew you were going to forget. I was ready for you.
Thank you. Let's see. We got Ali says that new intro is so fly. I love the nicknames on it. Thank you. I put a lot of work into that, man, and I it's like I actually put a lot of love into it, and it's like my craft. Let's see. We got Cindy. What's up, Cindy? And we got Helen. Good to see you, Helen. We got Nicole. We got Melissa sober now. What's up, Hope Shot family? I stopped to get gas on my road trip home. Got my Coke Zero, Bojangles, and listened to my weekly dose of hope. Hell yeah.
Nice.
Mr. Bojangles.
You got to have a Coke Zero because you will choke on that Bojangles biscuit.
We got Matilda. What's up, Matilda? And we got Jeff watching from Indiana. Let us know where you guys are viewing us from. And if you guys want to drop your sobriety date or just your clean date up in there too, that'd be awesome to see all those and read those out. We got Stevie in the house. What's up, Stevie? Welcome back. We got Soul Support. What's up, my beautiful soul brothers and sisters? Oh, we got Matt. Matt, what's up? How's it going, man? Good to see you. From Malta. Where is Malta? I don't know what that is, but
I want to say it's by Greece, but I'm totally wrong. I could be totally wrong.
That's awesome. Well, welcome.
Between So I just said I think Greece or Italy, but it's its own country between Sicily and North Africa.
Man, thank you for tuning in.
Yeah,
that is awesome. Thank you, Matt.
Yeah, we got sober now. It says 11/21/2013. We got Matthew from Malta, 6/6/22. Congratulations. Yes. We got Cindy from Ocala, 6/13/2018. That's right after you, Nate, isn't it?
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, day after.
Yeah. Let's see. We got Brett is from Fargo.
Fargo, eh?
We got Rudolph. What's up, Rudolph? We got Helen in Daytona.
Oh,
okay. All right. We got Matthew says 21 NY. I don't know what that is.
Maybe
we got Nicole
in New York.
We got Nicole from Canada, September 8th, 2020. And he says upstate New York.
Upstate.
Gotcha.
It's probably the area code.
Let's see. We got Reese is from New Zealand. Wow, awesome. Let's see. It's 5/26/2008. We got I'm sorry if I screw up this name. Sandrina. I think so. Yeah. 11/4/2021. Let's see. We got Beth is 12/12/20. We got Jeff 10/10/2003. Soul Support is 2/13/22. Let's see. We got British Columbia in the house. What's up? Matilda's 12-2-22. Alcohol, struggling hard with the passing of my baby sister to opiates.
Ooh.
I'm so sorry for your loss. And Zandrina says 10-4-2021. And we got Kayla says 4-4-2020. Angela is 3-24-2019. I did that. And we got Justice
Justin.
Hayden.
What up, bro?
This is 8-21-18. We got Brooke 7-17-19, West Virginia. And there we go. Matt says near Saratoga Springs, you guys. I love you guys. Love it too, my friend.
We love your Saratoga water. It's delicious.
Oh, look at this. Look at that.
What are we looking at?
Keep going down. You'll see.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, dude, don't do that to my ego. What up, Steve?
Steve.
Look at that.
Wasn't it in your pics, Caesar? Dude,
Yeah, that was Nate.
Jacked as you. Yeah.
Nate's
Man.
putting in the work.
All right, we got a couple more, and we're gonna get on to the topic. We got Trey, is 7-6-21, Cherokee County, Oklahoma. Oh, we got Steve, Big Steve in the house. We got
Love you, bro.
Love you, Steve. 10-9-2006 from Ocala. Brandy's 10-10-21. All right, let's get on to. Let's get.
There's one more down there. Oh, can I click on stuff? Do I have
where?
More?
Brent Brewer.
I got
said,
nothing.
He said almost.
Almost as big. I just had to clarify that.
You just wanted to. I got you. All right, guys. So on to the topic. So tonight, I was I went to church last week and this week just to, get some more spirituality in my life. And this morning was about priorities. Where are we putting our priorities? Everything's fighting for our attention, and we only have so much to give. And like, where is that going? What is taking our attention away? Is it something that's healthy or unhealthy? And it's whatever we put that's most important in our lives is what's getting our attention. And sometimes we have to like reevaluate what is getting it, because there's a lot of things that get it. Social media, maybe other people, because we're people pleasers, TV, whatever it looks like. It could be work because we're putting too much time into work and we're not putting enough time into family. Where's our priorities lying? Where is it going? And so that's something that I think that's a great topic to talk about. And let's see. Caesar or Nathan, I'm gonna give it to you so I can do what I need to do.
Who you want?
Wait a second. Is that a real question? I can't click on comments. This is gonna drive me nuts.
Which one is
Benjamin Goldberg?
Okay, I thought so.
Can Jewish people be here? Anybody
all
can
colors,
be here.
race, and creeds, my friend.
We don't discriminate. And look. The clarity statement says you're welcome. Doesn't matter how you get from A to Z. Just get there. It doesn't matter.
You forgot what you were gonna say.
Right? Whatever, bro. I don't have it in front of me.
And Nathan says shalom, man. Well,
Yeah.
Hey, you want to read? Hey, Caesar, can you reread that freaking
You want me to reread that thing?
Reread. I want you to reread it.
Because we here.
just do we come.
What? We come from all different walks of life and pathways of recovery. Our verbiage may be different at times, but we all have one thing in common: recovery as a lifestyle. We support all pathways of recovery. Doesn't matter how you get from A to Z, just get there. So welcome, my brother.
Yes.
Welcome. Thank you, Caesar. Appreciate you for that reread.
It's my pleasure.
Priorities. What do you think, Caesar? You want to go? I'll go. I'll talk about priorities.
Go ahead. You
Yeah.
go. I'll go. And then by then, Sparkle Fart's brain will be.
It's like the Dumb and Dumber show right here, boy.
I have a good. Okay, so Caesar, I'm going to ask you, what do you think my number one priority is? And then I'll ask you. Then I'll say what I think yours is.
Yours, God.
Okay. Woo, we got a winner. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, my number one priority, absolutely 100% without a doubt today, is my relationship with my higher power. If I would have told myself that 5 years ago, I might have slapped myself, because I would have thought I was a square. I would have thought I was a dork, uncool, all those like cliches that I associated with people that were spiritual or of the church or definitely in recovery circles. I mean, those dudes were super lame, as I was walking around with my mom's cell phone and
Burn holes in your clothes.
Yeah, borrowing money to get a bag, So yeah, and it's evolved. From when I first got to recovery, my first priority was just to stop hurting. I was in so much pain. I was so sick and desperate and pathetic. Like I just didn't want to feel that way anymore. I had no idea how to do it. I just knew that was my main priority. What I didn't know, they pull the Miyagi when you get in here, man. They want you to get in here, and you think you're washing cars and painting fences. We watched Karate Kid today, by the way. Yeah. You think you're washing cars and painting fences. And Rocky. But really what you're doing is you're getting introduced to whoever your higher power might be. And it's beautiful how it worked, because I came in here sick and desperate, and in that, the gift of desperation, I hate that term, but it's so true. I had the gift of desperation, which made me open to anything that anybody was willing to teach me or suggest to me. And Caesar says it all the time. I asked for help and didn't dictate how that help looked. And how that help looked for me was connecting to a group of men, getting vulnerable, going through a process of steps, and building a relationship with a higher power. And in that time period, I started to feel better. I started to get things back. I started to connect. I started to get vulnerable. I started to help others. And what happened is that, I started to feel good about myself. What was I reading today? I think it was in a meditation. I think it was in a Stoic meditation today, where they were talking about like the best way to feel good about yourself is to keep your own word, like to do right by yourself. And that's what I did. I just started showing up in my life and in others' lives with character and integrity. And I started feeling good about myself. But what's happened now is what I've realized on this journey is that for me, my foundation rests upon my spiritual connection. That has to be my first priority, because there's no meeting, there's no steps, there's no fellowship, there's nothing that will keep me sober if I don't have that connection to my source. It is the utmost important thing to me. And what takes me away from that, because that was part of the, our topic too. What can distract me from that? My business can take me away from that. I can get really lost, in the chaos of running a business, constant calls and, stuff going on. Another thing that can take me away from that is not being able to be in my daughter's life. So I could start struggling with the faith aspect there. But at the end of the day, I do certain things on a daily basis that ensure that I am in conscious and constant contact with who I believe in, protected and connected.
Protected and connected.
Yeah. So that's a plug too. Shirt's coming soon, guys. Shameless plug.
Shirt's coming soon.
Yeah. But okay. Now I want to tell. I could go on about this for hours, but we're gonna go back and forth here. I'll be back, I promise. Now, I believe I'm gonna say 2 for Caesars, because I do think first and foremost it's definitely God, but second I want to say family, because I get to see what I was brought up with 2 loving, unconditionally beautiful, divine beings raised me, right? So I know what a good family looks like. And why I respect and gravitate towards Caesar and Justin, is because how great of fathers they are, and how important their children and their family is to them. So that's why I know family is a close second to God for you.
So I'll say my number one priority is my recovery, my relationship with God, because if I don't have my recovery, I don't have anything else. You know, like it's, I didn't understand that early on. It sounded like a selfish statement, but if I don't take care of myself, I can't take care of anybody else. I can't be a good father. I can't be a good employer or employee. I can't do anything. I'm a detriment to everybody that's around me. So today I understand that the spiritual practices that we do in the morning and that we do at night, those are paramount. Like those aren't optional. Like none of that stuff is, I'm not willing to play with it. I've got to do these things to be whole and be useful. Yes, right behind that is my family. My family is the most important thing in my life. And I work my ass off and do all the things that I do for my family. We were talking the other day. It's I'd be happy in a little 300 square foot apartment. I'd be completely satisfied. I would not care. The only reason that I upgrade things and do what I'm doing is because I want my family to have the best life that I could possibly provide for them. Now, distractions,
Work.
I break it down to wants and needs. I need to go to work. That it's not an optional thing, but I have to keep balance where when I get home at night, I try to shut the work phone down. I keep separate phones, you know, my personal life phone and my work phone. And I was horrible at it for a long time, and I've gotten better at it. You know, if you need me at work and you didn't talk to me from 6:30 in the morning till 5 o'clock at night, you clearly did not need me that bad. So you can catch me tomorrow at 6:30 in the morning. And that's it. That's like my boundary. My weekends are my weekends now, unless it better really be a disaster if you want me to take time away from my family, because they don't get a lot of my time during the week. But the wants are the things that are interchangeable. Am I grumpy if I can't go to the gym? Yes. But that's a want. That's not a need. So if somebody calls me and it's a recovery thing and they need me there, the gym's going to get thrown to the side so I can go be of service. But I have no choice when it comes to having a career and having to work. You know, those type of things, we all have to provide. You know, we have to show up each and every day. And there's value to that too, as far as the examples that we set. We set the examples of suiting up and showing up every single day, whether we like it or not. Do I want to get up in the morning every single morning and go to work? No. But what did I do in the past? I say, screw it, man. I don't need a job that bad. You know, I go back to sleep. But that's not the example I'm trying to set today, and not the example I'm trying to set for my kids. I'm trying to show them, you know, if you work hard, good things will happen. You know, you become reliable and responsible. That's the image that you want. You don't want the image of lazy and procrastinating in those things, because people will never put their trust in you, and there won't be bigger and better things for you, because nobody's going to value what your word is. Oh, I'll show up, and you don't show up tomorrow. Oh, give me one more try, and then you don't show up again. So, yeah, we've all got our own distractions. I mean, you nailed some of them, Justin, social media or this or that. But as long as I lead in with my spirituality and my recovery every single day and do what I have to do to provide for my family, be a good person, then all the other stuff's kind of interchangeable.
Yeah.
You know, we can juggle it around. Sometimes we hold on to it too long, and it's like I've fought for some days to just head on trying to make sure I made it to the gym by this certain time. When I do that, when I try to force it, I never make it that day. Yeah. It's a guarantee I ain't going to get there. Something's going to happen at 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
But when I go into the day not thinking about myself and I think outward of what I can do for other people, it just seems like, okay, like here's your reward. You get off on time today and you get to do what you want to do.
Yeah. You know what's cool too? It's like all the stuff that is outside of recovery and our spirituality is a direct reflection of how connected we are to that. You know, it's if we're successful at work, if we're successful with our family, if, you know, We're a part of our community. It just goes, it's just a ripple effect. If I'm not doing those two things right and consistently, everything else falls by the wayside. You killed it, Caesar, saying like I have very little to offer if I am not connected like completely.
Oh, we have something to offer. It's misery
Yeah.
and
I've had to offer. Yeah,
misery and jail sentences.
Yeah. All that good
Hey,
stuff.
So I want to say that, like, you know, so nowadays, every other day they're coming out with a new tech thing, right? It comes out in a new social media thing. And it's like,
I skipped this last one.
huh?
I said I skipped this last one.
What?
What is it? Threads now that everybody.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I was like,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Miss me with that. I got enough going on.
Oh, yeah. So they have so much stuff going on. It's like, holy crap. And everybody's like, I want to keep up. You got to keep up with everybody. You know what I mean? Or you fall behind and then you're like, whoa, I just missed a whole lifetime, but you really didn't. You know, it's just a fantasy, you know, of what life is. And, you know, it's just the ever-changing world we live in. It's so fast-paced and we can get lost in it, you know?
You and I have talked about this. You can get caught up in the keeping up with everybody else. And that's that comparing your life to other people's lives.
Yeah.
And comparison is really, it makes you miserable.
Mm-hmm.
I'm comparing myself to people that have had their shit together their entire life and have built empires. And I'm going, man, I don't know why I don't have that. What do you mean you don't know why you don't have that?
They put the work in.
They did for the better part of my life. Of course I don't have that. Wake up.
They put the work in, man. And that's what we don't see is the shit that's behind the scenes. But, you know, it's one thing. It's like, man, it's like putting priority into that morning practice that we talk about so much now. Like there's a lot of times. So I've been doing it lately and like, I will let it go to the wayside because my priority was never there. Right. Those practices that we do, those meetings that you go to, those things that help you in the beginning, those things are put in place so you can live a successful life. But if we forget those things, guess what? All that shit comes flooding back in. And then next thing you know, man, you're like, why am I like this? And oh my God, it's everybody else. And then the next thing you know, you're pointing at everybody and you're like, what the fuck is going on? But really, if you just get back to where it was, doing that morning practice, every day is a new day to get this shit right. You know, putting these things in place to make sure that you're okay. Because if you don't make this okay, this shit right here is going to mess you up. It's just going to.
Talk to anybody that's gotten some time together and lost it, you know, and went back out. It's the blessings that take you out because it takes your focus off of that grind that we do every day to stay well. You start thinking you are well. I'm going to stay well. Maybe I don't need to go to the meeting.
Stay well.
Yeah.
Isn't that stay well? Isn't that something, some kind of company? Sorry.
But I'm saying like, we get a little bit of money in the bank and a car and a house, and all of a sudden I start thinking I'm not an addict anymore or something, and that I can hang out with normal people and do normal people things. I can't.
Yeah.
That's not the way this thing works. And it really is like the more blessings that come into my life, the more I tighten the hell up because I've seen my pattern in the past. My pattern is get my weight up, get back a few things,
Get a girlfriend.
Whatever, you know, but like get some shit back and then turn my back on recovery and start hanging out with normies and going to the bar again because I forget where I came from. If I stay plugged in and I stay hanging out with newcomers and giving this thing back, I never forget. This time, I've never forgot what the suffering was like. I've never forgot where I came from. Never forgot the freaking track marks, the freaking dope sickness, all those things. I remember it clearly because I get to talk to new guys on a regular basis. They're just coming out of that. And when we have those conversations, I'm like, oof, man, I remember what that shit was like and I don't want it no more.
I can never forget because every time I do drywall, it only sticks to the parts that weren't scarred. You know what I mean? Like, so you see every single one. It's so messed up. I'm like, oh God.
If I have to go get blood, forget about it. I remember real quick.
I'm going to read these comments, a few of these comments. And I want to hear from Janelle. I want to hear some from Janelle.
We all do.
I just want her to jump in sometimes and just
Janelle, just jump in. Get where you fit in.
Yeah, just get up in here.
Yeah,
Get
we're
up
not
in here.
doing
It's
that.
so rude.
No,
it's
it's
not
not.
rude.
Don't be rude. What do you mean? Come on.
I've made it a priority to stop being rude.
Wait.
Yeah,
hold
I'm
on.
still rude. I don't.
I was like,
I was gonna say, who is that on the screen? I'm confused.
all right.
I prefer the term obnoxious now, though. I find that one more acceptable.
I like that.
All right. So we got let's see. Hold on. Oh, we got Dear Recovery in the house. This is I got the shirt from her. I stand for
Nice.
recovery. It's pretty dope. So let's see who else we got. Benjamin says integrity is a game changer. We got James. James, good to see you, my friend. He says, hey, y'all. Hope everyone's been good. Just celebrated 3 years, July 4th. We do recover.
Beautiful.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
Talk about Independence Day.
And freedom.
He was actually a guest on here, shared a story a year and a half ago, probably a year, something like that. I don't remember. It was a while ago. Let's see. We got like Stanford Recovery shirt. Yep. I am loving it. They're nice shirts. Let's see. We got Danielle says she has I have 4 years on July 4th. Congratulations. We got more independence up in here. We got Beth says one gift of my recovery is that my priorities continue to evolve as I continue to do the work. AA has offered since 12/12/2020, then added Al-Anon 4/15/22. I get to stay sober, living with active drinkers and users, and get to do it hand in hand with my higher power and sponsor as I practice these principles in all of my affairs, one day at a time. Thank you for being a part of my recovery since I found you. Thank you for being a part of ours too. You know, it's funny that the practices and principles in all our affairs. It's like, man, I have conversations about this almost daily sometimes. And actually, Nate, I just did a reel on you about it. But we talked about like, man, like we practice principles, and I wish other people would too.
Yeah,
And
but
I'm like,
the fact that they don't allows us to keep practicing the principles.
exactly. And you're like, I thankful I am. Let's see. Sandy says, facts are facts. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Lack of self-care and manifest in toxic behaviors and patterns.
Yes.
Or patterns and habits. Sorry about that. And that's that morning, that daily morning stuff, man. Putting that armor on before you go out there. Let's see. Christina says, I need to hear this tonight. Caesar, thank you for sharing.
That's a fish baby. That's mama's fish baby.
Cindy says, priorities for me, my sobriety, balanced family, my AA tribe means a lot to me. When I am not in meetings, I begin to feel it. I'm glad I'm here tonight. We're glad you're here too. Hey, and you guys, please share this out. You never know who might need to hear this and might not know we're here. You know, if you guys share it, they'll know we're here and they'll get on it too. Let's see. What else we got? All right. You know what? I'm going to save the rest and I'm going to let you know. We got to hear from you now. I'm sorry. What do you want to click on? Wait. What do you want to click on?
No, Brent said, I got to remember on my best day, I need this program as much as I did on my most miserable suicidal one. So true.
I found it.
Yeah.
I'm just
And Tiffany, so much love on
lack
you.
of power is my dilemma.
Yeah.
I can't click stuff.
Yeah. And as far as that, well, like that's what
Powerless.
that's what I always say about it's. I don't have a fear of failure because I know what failure is. I've done it my entire life, right? My fear is my success. I have no idea how to deal with the gifts and the blessings that have been afforded me. I am learning as I go, which is why I need to remain humble and be teachable, you know, all through this process, especially the further along I get. Janelle.
See, she knows she's my fish baby. That's why she left that comment. I always hate going after you guys because you guys drop such amazing shit. And I'll sit here and I'll take all these notes. And then it's like, nope, I can't even read my own notes now.
We ain't.
It's just ridiculous.
All right.
Nathan, you started to say it like just in the beginning, trying not to feel hurt. That was my priority. Number one was just trying not to want to die, but trying to not want to die while trying to be sober at the same time. And then when those clouds went by and it was like, man, I got to start correcting some of these fucking mistakes I've made. So my goal and my priorities became trying to not be such a shitty person, which is how I went from being rude to being obnoxious instead. Then it was trying to make up for being a shitty mom. I was not a good mom when my kids were little, and I am so glad that they don't remember any of that. Like my daughter just turned 22 yesterday, and we took her out for dinner. And I was like, I just kind of talk about it openly now, whereas maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I wasn't. And I was talking about how I was drunk all the time. And she's like, she did the math because she can do that now at 22. And I was like, yeah, mom was a bit of a shithead, but she doesn't remember that. I'm so grateful for that. But then it was just trying to set a good example, because I couldn't, if I had not gotten in recovery, I could not have learned how to set a good example for my kids. My kids wouldn't be the amazing creatures that they are today if I hadn't done that. And then, you know, as we grow in recovery, like, you know, self-care has had to become a big one for me, and maintaining a balance in my recovery and in my wellness overall. Has to be number one priority for me, is making sure that I'm not spending so much time at work that I'm not taking care of stuff at home. You know, now that my kids are older, my son's getting ready to move out. My daughter moved out last year, and then all we have is my bonus son, who is 16. You know, I can't focus on them as much anymore. They call that unhealthy or some shit. So I have to learn how to, you know, start taking care of myself, you know, as a soon to be empty nester, you know. So like, what do I want to do with my life? I get to do that now, you know. So that's gonna be the next priority, is like, you know, how do I want to spend the next 30, 40 years or whatever? I can tell you I'm not going to want to work that long. But being able to go to work and set myself up so I can work towards those goals and maintain, you know, balance in my life is, you know, that's what's up. I ran out of ideas. They take them all. That's why it's like, it's so hard to follow those guys. I'm going to have to start going before them now.
Damn thieves. Listen, I just didn't want to put you on the spot, Janelle, to be honest with you.
No, you're good. I appreciate you not doing that, because then I get nervous anyway.
I was like, I'm not going to make her. This is the first time. She had coming back, and like, I don't want to be like, boom, Janelle, it's on you. Everything's on you. It's all up to you.
Oh, like, the pressure, pressure, homie.
Yeah. And Justin, I just want to say this too, like, because when we're talking about priorities, this has to be like, I feel like it's synonymous with my spirituality though, but like it's not just my priority. It's my purpose, you know, and it's beautiful, because I say this all the time, but I'm going to say it again because it's relative at this time, is that I got to turn 20 plus years of like decadence and misery and sadness and chaos, you know, just pain, you know, and I got to turn it into my purpose. You know, I got to take all that experience, you know, transmute it into a message that was given to me freely, and I get to share that with others, you know, and I get to be of service and not just in this arena, not just in the recovery arena. This whole process has showed me how to hone this gift and to share it with others altruistically, you know, without conditions. And what a gift, man, like that, because I promise you that there are billions of people in this earth that will spend their entire life and will ask the question on their deathbed, what was my purpose? You know, here we are, a bunch of, you know, ex-deadbeat, junkie, alcoholic, you know, convicts, what have you. And we get to live out our purpose on a daily basis. We get to help people come back to life. We get to show them.
We know what it is. We know what we ever.
We get to reach the unreachable, you know, and like that right there for me has become my whole entire life revolves around service and helping others, you know, and I do it with my business. I employ people in recovery. I do it, you know, with another job I contract for. I do it through this nonprofit that we're so blessed to be a part of. You know, it's like, and it's not like it's just who I am and what and the beauty of being able to, you know, wake up and just naturally, you know, not with even a thought, you know, my mind directly turned towards helping others. How can I be of service? You know, it's that is like, I have to put that high up on my priority list.
You know, what's crazy is how our priorities change. And I mean, you jump in on this, Justin. Like, think about 5 years ago, or for me, 9 years ago, what our priorities were. They were the most selfish, self-centered.
I just wanted to get $20.
Self-serving shit, you know? Like, what an amazing process this is, that it can take just selfish to the core people and turn us into what we are today. It's incredible.
You know, it's funny that we were so selfish, but at the same, in the same sentence, we never made like us a priority. You know what I mean? Like doing like the healthy things, like something that's going to make us and build us up. We never made that a priority. We always wanted to, because we always thought of ourselves as last. You know what I mean? I always thought of myself as last, like I was not worth anything, you know, and that's why like helping others, it builds our self-esteem. And that's like the highest form of making us a priority that we can do, right? Because in turn, helping others is going to help us. It builds that, you know, and I never really realized that until I always say recovery literally flips the script. You know what I mean? It spins it around, and life is so amazing and like, I don't know, magical sometimes, because like the way we perceive things and the way that really is like totally flip-flopped. And you're like, what the fuck, bro? And when you get those realizations, man, it's like a light bulb goes off. You're like, holy shit, bro. Yeah. Where was I this whole time when this life is going on and I had no clue that this is what it's like and this is what it's supposed to be? And then, you know, like, and it always does it to me. Like I'm always blaming everybody else but it's all right here. It's this guy. It's this guy that's the one that's doing it to everything that happens in my life. And I'm the one that's doing it. And as soon as those lenses are cleared up and freaking, then you can see clearly, that's when shit starts really working. And you can focus on what is making more sense to you, what is helping you, what is hindering you. And then that's when you can shift things around and really focus on what you can do to make that and more important than this. And I'll tell you this though, like, because getting in recovery, man, everything's new, everything's exciting, and you know, it shifts
or frightening.
Yeah, or frightening. Listen, it's scary.
I don't know about exciting at the beginning. It was frightening. You want me to do what?
But there's parts.
In front of people, I ain't got nothing to say.
But there's parts that is exciting. You know what I mean? You're not putting a fucking needle in your arm. That's fucking exciting. Holy shit, bro. I've been 30 days, man. I ain't putting on them in me. And you get 6 months, and then you get a year, and then you get 18 months. And then it starts fading away a little bit. You know what I mean? And the cloud kind of dissipates, and you're like, oh shit, man. Then the thunderstorms come. You're like, oh shit, buckle up. No.
but after every thunderstorm is that rainbow, because every time that you face something head on, don't run from it, and you come out the other side, you're stronger, you're smiling, and you've got that next thing that you put in your belt to help somebody. Because when they go, oh man, I can't
There's no way
stay sober.
There's no way I can stay sober because I lost my daughter. Actually,
yeah.
I just lost my mom. There's no way I can keep together.
Yeah.
And my dad. And you know, bro. Like everyone died on me in the first 2 years. Yeah. Like I don't have family, but I have tons of family. If you understand what that means, I'm surrounded by family, but my family was gone, you know, within my first 2 years. And these people just surrounded me and bluntly told me, bro, it's not about you. I was like, wait, man, you can't say that right now. And they're like, no, it's not about you. What are you going to do? You're going to use your parents' death to feel sorry for yourself? And I went, oh God, he's right.
Yeah.
He's right.
It's like, remember, like our good friend Johnny always says, he says, Nate, when my mom passed, she passed a year, like before I got a year into my recovery. And Johnny says, like, Nate, say to yourself, I went and shot dope because my mom died. And
yeah, say that. And
say that out loud.
See how that feels.
That's how ridiculous that sounds. Justin, you were talking about something that made me think of something. You know, you said how, you know, all these patterns and habits we have before we get to recovery, right? And like, you know, the evolution of, you know, I have to be really aware of me bringing old patterns and behaviors that worked while I was out there that don't apply to the life I'm living today.
Which is most of the shit.
Which is most, you know, like and where that struggle really hits home for me is, like you were talking about, Justin, is that self-worth thing. You know, I could really start believing I don't belong here. I could really start believing I'm not worthy to run a business. I could really start believing I'm not worthy to be in this prestigious treatment center out of state with a bunch of professionals. I can really believe that I'm not worthy to be on stage receiving an award. And what I have to fucking remember is that these are conditions and patterns that have been hammered into my psyche, my subconscious for so many years. And I have to give myself some grace and understand that, like, it takes time for these things to balance out, you know, like, you know, I have these nightmares from, you know, I have PTSD from, you know, all the traumatic stuff that I experienced. Right. And people are always like, oh, you still have night. I'm like, listen, I was doing these things for 20 something years. I've been, you know, in recovery for 5. I'm pretty sure they're going to keep on happening for now, you know, because like I have to, you know, give myself time and space to, you know, get through these things. And that's the same with like bringing on old patterns and behaviors, you know, that really served the purpose when we were out there. That stuff was extremely conducive to the lifestyle I was living, dude, but it has no place in my life today.
The feeling worthy thing, man. In my head, I just start juggling all around like, okay, but I can't feel too worthy because I got to be humble. I can't let ego get in there. This is the stuff that goes on in my head. Like,
mine too.
I want to get up and grab the award, but I don't want to stand up there and take a picture because I don't want to look like I'm showing off. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. It's crazy. Like, my wife Kelly will like, oh man, you know, you should post about that, or you should post about this. I'm like, I don't want to post about any of that, man. I feel like I'm showing off at the, you know, like I don't.
Yeah, Kelly had to post my picture about the award.
And it's crazy because it's like a combination of feeling like, A, maybe I don't deserve it, and then B, I don't want to look like a show off, because it's important to me to be approachable and be a regular dude. And that's why I share the way that I share, and I share the mistakes, and I share all the stuff and all the crazy thoughts in my head. I don't want anyone to ever think that I'm not approachable, that I do this thing perfect, or any of that stuff. You know, we go to a meeting together on Monday nights, and it's like raw, and we share all our crap. It's a smaller group. I mean, it's like freaking therapy. Everyone shares their BS. And that is my consistent message is, please don't think I did this thing perfect. Or I'm doing it now perfect. But I make the effort every single day. I try to be the best version of myself that I can every single day, to be of maximum service to God and the people around me. Yeah. What that looks like each day, sometimes I do a really bad job at it. Sometimes I do a really great job at it. You know, that just blew my mind.
Yeah.
Dude, I just levitated to the top. Did you see that?
I got confused for a second.
You know what I see? I see that, and I'm just gonna, you know, give Justin a compliment real quick, because I've lately
Your
Justin,
face, Justin.
we were actually talking about this last night.
Mhm.
You talking about me again?
Yep.
Just your evolution and where you're at right now. And it's really cool to see you get uncomfortable and try. You know what? Because you take suggestions. You know,
Like a champ.
dude. I've been like saying stuff, and you're taking it in, and you're trying it out, and it's really cool to see you let go of old behavior patterns, switch your priority from like social media to listening to meditations in the morning. And what was cool to me the other day is you came to me, you're on the phone, we were talking, and you're like, Nate, this person was, this way, or saying, you're like, well, I told them, and you laid that, your knowledge and what you've learned in the last few months practicing this new spiritual journey. And it's really cool to see that evolution. And I'm super proud of you for that, Justin. That's it.
Oh, look at all the brotherly love.
Hey, I love Nate. I'll tell you, man. And that's what I'm saying, man. Like, if you surround your people with freaking, that's gonna build you up instead of break you down. That's what it's about, man. You know what I mean? And if those people are not building you up, you need to get them away because they are a disease and a cancer. All right. And,
or if they're not challenging you, like
that
bro,
too.
like like when I was going through earlier this year, my friends were like, bro, tighten up, man. I'll be like, fuck you.
You drive me freaking nuts.
Listen, I had a conversation earlier. It's like, have those hard conversations with your freaking friends, because who the hell isn't? Those hard conversations, like if somebody's doing something and they don't know about your boundary, right? And they don't know how to treat you. You have to tell them how, that makes me feel uncomfortable. That makes me like, it's okay. You can speak up, because if you're not, then what are you doing? You're not making you a priority. If you're not telling people how you want to be treated, and you're just taking it. And it's like, man, how are your friends ever going to know how to treat you if you just allow all this crap to happen? Now, is it real friends? And then
Listen, man, y'all need to take notes from Janelle. She will show you how to do that.
Yeah. It's a skill I had to learn, though. It's a skill I had to learn because like many of us, have spent almost my entire life feeling like shit about myself. So my internal tape recording is like, you're a piece of shit. You don't deserve this and all that. I don't have that now. I just have a little touch of imposter syndrome, like you guys were talking about a little bit ago. But like, if you're around your friends, just like the guy said, and they're all telling you that you're a piece of shit, that's just going to feed that even worse. And why would anyone want to be around that? And the thing is like, I don't think any of us really want to be around that. I just think a lot of us, many of us, if not all of us, don't think we deserve to have people around us like how you guys are with one another. It's a skill I had to learn. I had to learn how to speak up and tell people like, hey, I don't like being spoken to like that, or hey, I can't go do certain things, or, you're not going to talk to me like I'm 4 years old. I put up with that for a long, long time in my life, unnecessarily, and put myself through more pain unnecessarily. When all I had to do was just simply say it. And anybody that was worth being around me stuck by me when I was building those boundaries up. And everybody that didn't want to be around, they fell off. And thank God they did,
For real. And it's true, man. It's like, we don't feel like we're worthy of that respect. But God damn it, bro. Like, when is the time going to be enough when we're like standing up for ourselves and saying, hey, you're not going to treat me like this. I deserve to be treated with respect and dignity. And that's what we're here for. We're here to build those up. And if we don't feel like we're worth it, what are we doing here? We got to build that self-esteem. We got to build that character, that integrity that we need that. That's why that, like, we talk about, like, I've been building that doing this meditation, because like I have such a bad self-worth issue that it has plagued me I'm clean and I'm sober, but I let that freaking voice, dude. I was in a meeting the other day, right? And we're talking about the amends process, right? And we're talking about the amends, how we say sorry to people, right? And if we talk to ourselves, like to other people, how we talk to ourselves, holy shit, nobody would want to be around us. Like I would lose so many people. I'd probably get my ass kicked too. You know what I mean? Like I'm just saying, like, but we're sitting here talking to ourselves like just garbage. It's like, what are we doing here? You know, we have to make that amends to ourselves to like move on. And then that's when the self-respect, because we get what we're getting from the world, what we give ourselves. Like literally we're attracting it. We're manifesting in our lives. So as soon as we can deal with that inner freaking retard that's telling us that we're not this and not that, then we could stand up for ourselves and say, hey, this ain't happening.
Listen, we got this freedom to be able to choose who is in our tribe, to choose who we want to surround ourselves with. And I don't take that lightly. Like there's like a meme that says you can't just cut people out of your life and the guy's got them big ass scissors. Listen, I will snip somebody out of my life quick. If all you have is negativity and a new problem for any solution that I pose, I don't have time for that in my life.
And might I add that we can do that to family members also.
That goes. Everyone can get it.
Yeah. Everybody get it.
Everyone can get it. You know, we are on a path of self-improvement, betterment, and being of maximum service. And this does not apply to if I'm trying to help somebody that's new and is lost. And you get a pass. You're brand new. But, you know, if you're
our inner circle.
Yeah, you know, this inner sanctum, this inner circle, you're not getting in this if you're
with the bullshit.
With the bullshit.
With the bullshit.
I don't have time for that today. I don't have time for that kind of distraction in my life. I need to be surrounded by people that are lifting me up, and I need to lift the people up that are in my circle. And that's the best way I can spend my time.
And
that's a priority. That is a priority.
Which is not
priority. There you go. I was like, and that's a priority.
Which is not to say, and the beautiful thing about that too is that, you know, for me personally, like how I have my priority set and my connection and all that stuff, and then at that point I can deal with people that are with the bullshit. They have no influence on me. Like, you know, there is nothing external that can compromise what my inner peace, my path, my journey. And I have that beautiful privilege and freedom to say, hey, this ain't working for me. It wasn't like that all the time, because guess what? I was alone, like utterly and desperately alone for so many years, even while surrounded by people, that when I finally got here and I'm surrounded by, I had to be friends with everybody. If I wasn't invited to your party, I didn't like you, you know, I got salty. If I, you know, if someone didn't say hi to me the way I wanted them to say, like, it was bad. Like when I first got here, I mean, I was, you know, a push button. I could get affected by so many external things. Thankfully today, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter if I'm not included, if I'm not, you know, invited, if, you know, because I am whole. I don't need you to make me feel a part of today. I am okay with myself. I know that my relationship with who I believe in is so strong that I don't have to be surrounded by a bunch of people. I have a few close friends. I have a bunch of associates, and I can be respectful to whomever comes across my path.
Oh, yeah, it's got nothing to do with being respectful. Listen, I can be calm and graceful in chaos, but I do not invite chaos into my life.
Mm-hmm.
I don't bring that into my house.
Mm-hmm.
If it happens within my day, within my dealings, I can deal with that.
Yeah.
But I don't invite it home. I don't say, hey, chaos, come over to my house and be chaotic. You know, like that's y'all got to stay outside, you know?
Or like you said, like forcing it, like, you know, like
I really want you to be my friend.
Right. Or just, you know, or getting uncomfortable because you didn't get invited to a party or whatever, man.
Oh,
like,
you wait till there's a level of enlightenment called I don't give a and I don't give it anywhere. I don't know.
It's one thing to say I don't give a fuck, but it's like I really do though.
No, but I really don't.
I don't give a fuck about them.
And I do give, you know, I do care. You know what I mean? But how much I placed, like, what I care about today has evolved. That prior, like, you know, when I just wanted to be a part of and included and for people to like me, that has shifted into all that has been fulfilled through my spiritual connection and my close circle and my ability to be of service to others. Everything that I lacked in the beginning or previously or whatever has been filled with my spirituality, you know? So like everything that I was insecure or afraid, let me not say everything, but a lot of it, you know, I'm okay with who I am today. I'm comfortable in my own skin. I don't have to pretend to be somebody else, to be your friend. I can be, here comes a second shameless plug, authentically awkward.
Oh, there you go.
T-shirts coming soon.
T-shirts coming.
Shirts coming. Shirts coming soon.
Yeah. That is that the hole inside of us that we tried to fill with drugs and alcohol and kept dumping it in there, trying to feel better about ourselves, is easily filled when you have a higher power and a program. That's what fills that hole and keeps it full, where you don't need external things to make you feel better about yourself.
People pleasing, man.
But I promise, but I promise that doesn't stay full if you don't keep doing the work. You know, this isn't like
you put it best. It's a relationship.
It's a relationship,
just like a human relationship. And if you want to maintain a human relationship, you have to have constant contact and conversations and
compromise, attention, affection,
all of that.
You know, like
intimacy.
I have intimacy when I'm sitting there quiet, praying and reading, and you know that is an intimate moment.
That's what I'm saying.
Who I believe in. There's intimacy. Yeah, we get freaky, God and I.
We need a little unicorn that just flies across the screen. I need a button so I can make it happen every time they say something amazing. That's what I need. So we could just make sparkle farts everywhere.
Yes.
Dude, if I can make that happen, I'm gonna work on that.
That was amazing, though.
I'm gonna make an overlay.
I believe
I don't know
that my higher power knows all my thoughts and everything anyway. It don't get no freakier than that anyway. So my power already knows what's going on up in here. That's a wrap. You know, there's nothing to blush about anymore, because this is the blush factory.
I want to say that if you are new to this, right? Okay. You're new to making that relationship. You're new to maybe like meditating more. You're new to all these spiritual practices. And you're like, this is stupid as shit. And you're like uncomfortable. That is the most time you should do it. Even 5 years into this thing, I still get uncomfortable sometimes. Now I'm a lot less uncomfortable because you're sitting there and you're like trying to be still and your eyeball wants to open and you're like trying to like really hone in on this thing and you feel so stupid about it. Like, it's okay. It's okay. Nobody else is seeing you unless you're doing it in a group setting, then maybe, but it's like you're by yourself and we can feel so stupid to ourselves and it's retarded because like we're by ourselves. We're in our own element. Like, it doesn't matter, but that's just the feelings we get. And I know how you feel because I get there and like, just do it anyways. I promise you one day it's going to make sense and it's going to all like come together. You just got to keep doing it. Keep practicing it. Even if it doesn't make sense and it's dumb as hell, just do it. Just do it.
Listen, even if you don't believe in any type of a higher power, these practices, it's a freaking healthy habit. If you keep doing a good thing every single day over and over and over again, eventually that just becomes your norm.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, when I stopped using drugs every single day, multiple times a day, and replaced that with doing these healthy habits, my life changed.
Yeah.
You know, and if you wake up in the morning and you get into gratitude every single day, that will be your norm, is to wake up, get into gratitude, and go have a good day.
Yeah.
And this coming from the guy that, and I haven't done it lately. I used to wake up every morning at multiple years in recovery, and the first word out of my mouth was fuck, because the alarm would go off and I'd go, fuck.
Yeah.
I have to be responsible and reliable, good human being again today. This sounds awful. I just want to go back to bed, you know, like, but I changed that by getting into these little practices in the morning. I don't feel that way in the morning. I get up and I feel pretty good about life.
Yeah. And that's all it takes.
I have a job to get up to in the morning. You know, like, I got to remember, I'm usually bitching about something that I prayed really hard for. Oh man, I got to get up and go to this job. But 8 years ago, it was, please God, give me a job. And now I want to bitch about it.
Yeah. Justin, I know you want to read comments.
Yeah, I'm going to shut up.
We're out of time.
Just say this
Go
one
ahead.
quick.
Go ahead.
It's just and there's some literature that says we come to believe, right? You don't have to come in this thing having this beautiful, like well-formed concept of God or higher power or anything like that. All you have to do is make a slight shift toward the possibility of, and I promise you, if with that slight shift, like the most smidgen, the sliver of willingness, and then backing that up with action, your entire life can change. And I'm not saying this because I read it, heard it. I've been through it, and I see it on a daily basis. That is all.
Thank you, Nate. Yeah, sorry, I don't mean to cut everybody off, but
No, you're good.
Good one, man.
Yeah, we're riding.
I think we say that every week. It's been a good one, man. It's always a good one. Let me read some of these comments. I think it's because Janelle's here.
I think so too. She brings that energy, bro.
Sparkle farts, bro.
It's the sparkle farts.
Shirt coming soon.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I remember. Unicorn with a unicorn on it. I'm
I
expecting
don't know
it.
why, but I really like that one. I thought it was
Have to
hilarious.
get one.
Let's see. We got Rudolph said McDonald's just canceled the McRib. I'm done with sobriety.
That's a solid reason. I've gone out for less, I promise you.
Damn Shamrock Shakes.
Yeah.
Can't wait till next March.
We got Christina says, I heard this at a meeting or 90. I got clean and sober. I didn't get perfect.
Amen.
Anything I have good to say on this screen, I heard it from somebody else. It is not original material.
Kyle says, I was the same way with humbleness. I also didn't love myself back then, which I just recently started to. I'm still humble, but I'm learning to love myself and accept everything that I've done and the things that has happened to me. Thank you for this platform. Hope that everyone here and that's not here have a wonderful rest of the day and night. Thanks, Kyle, for that, man. Appreciate you. Let's see. We got Steve Snitch. Yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Okay. I want to feel like it's cool what my higher power is doing for me right now, but I'm not there yet. I prayed for so long for him to take my anger, and now that he is, I'm so uncomfortable. It's in situations I know I would have been angry in and find myself being loving and kind. I'm finding frustration. Anger is comfortable for me. It's useful to protect me from having to admit I'm actually scared and I'm hurt and I'm sad. I literally prayed, God, give me back the anger. This is too hard. Ugh.
Yeah, and that's
Oh.
that's what I was talking about earlier. That anger served a beautiful purpose in your life when it was needed, and now that you're in a different environment, living in a different way, it is obviously completely natural for you to lean on that in all your, whatever conflict or your day-to-day stuff, but it doesn't serve a purpose anymore. But in that evolution, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be uncomfortable, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Sorry, we can't take that away from you.
I love the rawness of that comment because so many of us won't talk about that openly, but my whole persona was wrapped around my anger at everything and everybody. That's how I survived when I was out doing the shit that I was doing. So I really relate to that because that was very, very uncomfortable for me to not have my depression and not have my anger anymore because that was everything that I was. So for me, it wasn't it was getting rid of it, but it was channeling it differently and making something productive out of it. Like every time somebody told me I wasn't going to be shit and I wasn't going to do shit, and I would want to get angry about it, man. I would want to get so angry, and I would take that anger that I wanted to have and make it into something more productive. So for anybody that's watching this that I wasn't going to be shit, yeah, made something productive out of it.
There it is.
That was a little rude.
So Debbie says,
taking it and moving it.
So taking the energy and putting it somewhere else. There it is. Debbie says, I lost that in my journey too. I'm starting to set boundaries and telling people that I'm not accepting their actions.
Good for you.
And Brandy says, and it's a choice today. I choose me and my serenity. That's it right there. It's a choice. It's a choice. And James says, 50 Cent said, joy, it wouldn't be so good if it wasn't for pain.
That's right.
Yeah.
Life could be easy and mostly hard.
Can't enjoy the light if you've never been in the dark.
Let's see. We got so wisdom from my sober friend. I would love to be a part of this one day. I've been wanting to start my own videos interviewing others. Well, you could always email us and we can chat. info@thehopeshot.org, and let's chat about it. You know, we just have to just get together. So we're always willing. And she also said chaos was normal for me before. I had no idea before. I like that.
Chaos was a good friend of mine.
Yeah. Y'all nailed it tonight. Thanks, Hope Shot.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thanks, Melissa.
Lynn, good to see you, Lynn. Great inspirational messages tonight.
Love you, Lynn.
Let's see. We got Anna says alcoholics, addicts are not the only spiritual sick people in the world. I got this reminder in a rude awakening this week. I was trying to be of service to someone who was struggling and said he was ready for help. But it became clear to me over the past week that he didn't really have the willingness to do the work to change. I finally had to tell him, I don't have anything else to offer you other than a spiritual solution, as long as people think that a doctor, a partner, or a human aid.
Yeah. That's hard. Isn't that's like one of the most difficult, especially in the work I do, is admitting that you can't help somebody, you know, and being okay with, like, I'm not okay with that yet. You know, I'm still struggling with telling somebody I can't help you. You know, that's a good for you, Anna.
I have people message me and then I'll get their phone number or call and they're like, man, my life's falling apart. It's in A, B, C, and D, and I'm the cause of all of it. And I can't have another drink. I can't do this, man. I want what you have. And I tell them what I did to get it. And they're like, well, but I don't want to do that. What else you got? I'm like, bro, I ain't got nothing else. That's the only thing I've got to offer. You know,
hit me with that magic wand.
I don't have a backup plan. It's a spiritual solution.
Yeah, our plan B, C's, and D's and E's.
Yeah, they don't work.
That's it. It was, I'm telling you, when I first got in recovery, I was like, just hit me with that wand, bro. I don't want to do the work. I just want to be hit with something, man, make this go away.
Right.
Matthew says, I actually posted on my Facebook account before this meeting, priorities are yours.
What are yours?
What are yours? Talk about higher power at work. That's
beautiful.
You're
in the right place, man.
It's always right on time too, man. I was in the right place too when I heard it. See, Dear Recovery says it's always a good one. James Frank says everyone's sharing fire tonight. Steve, great tonight, guys.
Now I can sleep.
Yeah, Steve, you are great.
You are fantastic, Steve.
Freaking love
if we've got your seal of approval, literally, I'm all right.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good now.
Yeah, it's official.
Ashley, I'm going to be back in Florida this fall. I would love to connect with you guys. Hey, if you guys want to connect, September 23rd, we're going to have the recovery walk down Sims Park. That's what we throw on every year, and we're a part of it. We help out just like ASAP. We all come together to throw on this recovery walk. We have Sonia Johnson probably going to be a speaker up in there. We're going to have it's just going to be great. So if you guys want to come and hang out with us, September 23rd from 10 to 1, we're going to have the recovery walk. I'll have a flyer soon, so you guys can check it out.
We'll have the whole park in downtown Newport Richie
on
lockdown. Nothing but recovery going on. Dope t-shirts, dope speakers. It's going to be good.
Yeah,
good. Definitely.
But no dope.
But no dope. It's going to be the dopest place you've ever been.
Without dope.
Downtown Newport Richie. There's going to be some.
Yeah, actually, there's probably dope pretty close by. But not at our.
They're in the right place. We'll have plenty of Narcan. You know?
Stop.
All right, guys. Hey, check this out. This week, we always say it. Check out your priorities. What does it look like for you? What does it look like? Shift it. If you need a shift, only you know what needs to be shifted in your life to make things that need more priority in your life a priority, and stop putting into the wrong places, and make sure that you're putting more into yourself than you are other people as well, because we can't pour from an empty cup. And that's the challenge for this week, guys, is just make sure you're putting your priorities in the right spot and you're making you a priority. So love y'all. Good night.
Good night.